Boxing Ego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. 1. Dillian White challenges Deontay Wilder under one condition and says he'll smash Luis King Kong Ortiz, the old man. We got action. Stay tuned.
So, quick message to Deontay Wilder. You said if I fight Luis Ortiz and beat him, you'll fight me. No, I ain't got no problem with that. I got one request. Send us an email or a contract to me or to Matchroom saying if Dillian White fight Luis Ortiz and beat him, I'll fight him next. I won't dodge him. I won't fight anyone else. I'll fight Dillian White next. If you do that, I'll fight Luis Ortiz and I'll smash his head in inside 6 rounds, and then we can make the fight. Be a man. Don't be a bitch. Man up and let's make the fight happen. I've accepted your terms. You fight Luis Ortiz. I said I'll fight him, but you have to guarantee you'll fight me next. Let's get it on. That's it. Send a quick email, guaranteed and signed, and then I'll fight Luis Ortiz. I guarantee I'll knock him out quicker than you did. I'll knock him out in 6 rounds. I'll smash that old man to bits. Word.
What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the Super Chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We working. Now, you guys just seen the clip. Let's jump right into it. Dillian White just called out Deontay Wilder again, but this time he's heard the chatter and he says, be a man of your word. Deontay Wilder, send us a little email like you did with AJ and say that you'll fight me next if I fight Luis Ortiz and beat him. So if I smash him to bits, then you have to fight me next. Give me that guarantee. He also called Wilder a bitch. You guys heard that. He called Luis Ortiz an old man, and he said he'll do the job and finish Ortiz inside of 6 rounds and do it faster than Deontay Wilder did it. Whoa. Listen, I'm a fan of this sport. I like Dillian White. I like his attitude. He's a no-nonsense guy. Looks like he trains and works hard. And I truly don't believe he's afraid to fight. I mean, he's already fought AJ. I really think he would fight Wilder. Luis Ortiz, that's a good fight. He says he'll fight him now. So I like that. I have no problem with that. I like his demeanor. I think that's the attitude you have to have. But I will say this, and I'm just being 100% transparent. Eddie Hearn manages the career of Dillian White. True. Matchroom manages the career of Dillian White. True. Dillian White, being a non-champion, is asking Wilder to do something that Matchroom as a whole, as a staff, as a record label, and as a motherfucking crew was not willing to do. And that's guarantee me fight A that I really want if I fight opponent B, right? And it's with the same person involved. You know what I mean? It's kind of the same people. Eddie Hearn kept throwing out. Wilder's like, I'm so frustrated right now. Eddie Hearn's someone fighting. I want to fight AJ. You know what I'm saying? Run. He's doing all this, calling out Anthony Joshua, right? And out of nowhere, Eddie Hearn throws out the Dillian White card, who is not his mandatory as of right now, as it sits. The WBC has confirmed that, right? They ordered, in fact, a fight with Dillian White and Luis Ortiz, right? You get me? So the only problem I have with this call out, I like the call out, I like the video and everything. But again, Dillian White, who's not a champion, wants Wilder to do something that Eddie Hearn already dismissed on camera. But now Eddie Hearn's fighter is asking Wilder to do the same thing in return. He's saying, hey, promise me the fight and then I'll fight Luis Ortiz, right? But the circumstances are actually rather different. Here's why. Wilder is a WBC champion with or without Dillian White, right? There's nothing until the WBC stipulates that he's the #1 contender that Wilder has to fight Dillian White until that is announced from the WBC, right? Wilder was trying to unify with AJ. I mean, no one should be blocking a unification, none of the sanctioning bodies, none of the promoters. That's a unification to show who's who, the best versus the best. You get me? So my whole thing is, I get it, and I like the call out from Dillian White, but the WBC ordered you to fight Luis King Kong Ortiz, with or without Deontay Wilder. So why does he have to give you a promise and a guarantee to keep your placement? You have to fight Luis Ortiz. In the Wilder situation, which he couldn't get the Joshua guarantee if he went through you, there was no promise or there was no order that mandated that Joshua fight Wilder. So that's the big difference here. You know what I mean? Wilder, if he were to, you guys got to put it in perspective. See, a lot of people get caught up by the glamour and glitz, like, oh yeah, it's a call out and rah rah rah, and they get hype off that, which is cool. I respect that. I respect the call out. But at the end of the day, the WBC ordered that you have to fight Deontay Wilder. Or excuse me, I'm getting my names messed up. I need some coffee. The WBC ordered and mandated that you fight Luis King Kong Ortiz. So really, that has nothing to do with Deontay Wilder. You know what I mean? He's the person at the end of the rainbow that one of you guys will get to fight. So even if he doesn't send you the email, that doesn't really mean anything, because to my knowledge, when the WBC orders something to keep your ranking, you have to fulfill that. You have to go through with those fights. So hypothetically, even if Wilder doesn't send you an email, you get me? If Wilder doesn't send you an email, you still have to fight Luis Ortiz. You know what I mean? With or without a Wilder email and a Wilder guarantee. So in essence, Wilder doesn't have to guarantee you anything, because you have to fight him per the WBC if you want to keep your placement with their organization. On the flip side, when Wilder did it to Joshua, he was trying to strong arm Joshua, like, okay, I'll fight in the UK, I'll fight Dillian White, I'll fight who Eddie Hearn is throwing at me, you know what I mean? But in return, promise me that AJ will be next, so he can, in fact, trap Eddie Hearn and AJ into a fight. But if he had a guarantee or a mandate from the WBC or one of Joshua's belts, the IBF or WBA or something, then that would be different, because then Joshua would have to fight Deontay Wilder. You get what I'm saying? So it sounds like, to me, Matchroom tried to switch the pressure again, stop the bleeding, and probably put Dillian White up to doing this. Maybe not. Maybe he just decided to do this. But again, why would Deontay Wilder do something that they weren't willing to do with him, with the same fighter? Wilder said, I will fight Dillian White. We can do it in the UK, whatever. He said I could beat him with one arm even. You know what I mean? Obviously, he's not going to fight with one hand. But he said that. He said, I could fight him with one-handed. It's whatever, if you guarantee me Joshua on the contract. Because he has no safety net in terms of the making of that fight. Right? But it's a little bit different with Dillian White, because he got ordered. That's an order from the sanctioning body in which you're ranked, and you're on the path to becoming close to being a mandatory for Wilder. So if you don't fight Luis Ortiz with or without Deontay Wilder's guarantee email, then I think that's going to push you back. So it sounds like you have to fight Luis Ortiz regardless of whatever Wilder does via email. And bottom line is, Joshua Wilder is the fight to be had. That's the fight we want to see. So if there's guarantees and promises, it should be to make sure that is next. You know what I mean? And there's no stalling. But, I mean, respects to Dillian White. He's a true fighter. You know what I mean? True mentality. But as far as the fight, I don't know about knocking, unless Luis Ortiz is so mentally distraught and, you know what I mean, that he lost and undefeated. I don't know if Dillian White's going to knock him out in 6 rounds like he projects. If Luis Ortiz is not, like, completely shattered from, you know what I mean, mentally more so than physically from the first pro loss, then I see that being a really tough fight for Dillian White. I don't know if that's a easy fight. I mean, you look at the Derek Chisora fight. Derek Chisora was a very tough fight. I thought Derek Chisora edged it out. You know what I mean? But they didn't give it to Chisora. But nonetheless, Derek Chisora is not a guy who's he's taking more punishment and whatnot than Luis Ortiz. Luis Ortiz never really even took no punishment up until, like, you know, Tony Thompson and the guys he was fighting, Dave Allen. He never really took punishment in those fights. The only punishment he really took is in one fight with a massive puncher. That's why I don't know where his head would be at. But if it's the same Luis Ortiz that I've seen for the last several years, That's a tough fight for Dillian White. Let me know your thoughts. Drop it in the comment section. Make sure you smash the like button as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego.